Today I'm sharing my Seafoam Relics Bracelet Stack, inspired by weather treasures washed ashore, featuring artisan beads, soft seafoam tones, and my signature chaos clusters. This easy stretch bracelet stack is full of coastal boho charm. If you want to learn how to make it, then just stay tuned. Hello, beaders. Welcome to Beachside Bead Boutique. My name is Jeri. Today, we are creating my Seafoam Relics Bracelet Stack. This is 3 easy stretch bracelets inspired by weather beach treasures, featuring green aventurine, artisan shell beads, sea turtle focals, and weather texture that feels like treasures gathered from the shoreline. So grab your beads and your tools, and let's get beading. Okay, and the items that we're going to use, I have these saucer seed beads, and this came from the bead chest. And then these Picasso shell beads, also from the bead chest. And these Ghana glass beads from the bead chest. I have some green aventurine. This is from Beadbox Bargains. And also some African turquoise heshy from Beadbox Bargains. And then I have these cute little turtles here. So I have 4 of these. And these came from Beadbox Bargains. I do have some stretch cord. I have this 1.8 millimeter and 0.8 millimeter, so we will see which one we're going to use. We might use both of them. And then also we have some jump rings in 2 different sizes. And then I have my jewelry making tools over here. It's just the standard, the same ones that I always use. I'll let you know what I use as we go. And then I have a pair of scissors and a ruler. So this is going to be, like I said, this is going to be a nice and easy bracelet stack. So we're probably going to have to start with the thinner cord because the hole on this, I know, is pretty small. Let me give it a nice little stretch first. Kind of thin out the tip there. That'll help the bead go on easier if it does have a smaller hole. First, I'm just testing this Picasso shell bead out to make sure that it's going to fit on this cord. And this is the 0.8 millimeter. There we go. Okay. For this first bracelet, I started by randomly stringing frosted Ghana glass beads, the green Picasso shell beads, and the brown and beige natural saucer seed beads, all from the bead chest. I didn't follow a pattern. I just let the colors and textures naturally find their place, creating an organic, collected over time look. When I'm creating pieces like this, I don't usually follow a strict pattern. I like to move the beads around until everything feels balanced. Sometimes the most natural looking designs come from simply trusting the process. And I really like how this is coming together. The glass beads with the Picasso shell beads all just come together so nicely. And I love that the brown beige saucer seed beads have that worn, weathered look to them as well. And I'm going to make my bracelets about 7.5 inches long, or maybe even a little bit bigger, because I do like a nice loose fit. And of course, you can make yours smaller or larger by adding more beads if you need it larger, or taking away some beads if you need it smaller. I am going to measure it with a ruler, but I also do like to wrap it around my wrist to determine the size as well. Okay, it should be just about complete. I'm going to test it around my wrist one more time to make sure that it is the correct size. And yes, and I really, really like it. So we are going to go ahead and tie it up. And I'm going to go ahead and tie it basically like you tie your shoe, making several knots and pulling the cord tight in between each knot. And check in your bracelet to make sure that it is not loose, but you don't want to take away all the slack either. And I'm going to do that several times, making sure that the knot is nice and tight. And it has a nice, loose, secure fit. And I really love the look of this bracelet. And what I also like to do is to pull one cord as I hold the knot down, and then switch and do the same with the other cord, hold the knot down. And that's just to make sure that the knot doesn't slip. And then I am going to add some brush on glue. Brush it right on the knot, and that's for added security. So just spread your beads apart and then just brush the glue right on top of the knot, just a little dab. And now we can go ahead and cut the excess cord. Cut close to your knot, but don't cut your knot. And then I'm going to go ahead and slide that glass bead over the knot. And that'll hide your knot. And now the bracelet is complete, but we are going to make some chaos clusters in just a little while. And I'm calling this bracelet Sea Glass Drift because of the frosted sea glass beads and the Picasso shell beads. It has a soft weathered shoreline feel. Now we're going to go ahead and start with the second bracelet. Again, starting by cutting your stretch cord and then pre-stretching it. Give the end a little added stretch to make sure that the beads will go on easy. And then I'm going to place my bead stopper on one end. For the second bracelet, I continued that relaxed, no pattern approach. This one features a beautiful turtle bead, African turquoise heshy beads, green aventurine from Bead Box Bargains, along with some of those same brown and beige natural saucer beads to tie everything together. I really enjoy mixing beads from different collections and even different companies. Sometimes one bead is exactly what another collection needs, and together they create something that feels completely unique. And I also like to experiment with different sizes, shapes, textures, and even colors in my pieces to give it a unique look. And now here comes one of my favorite details, the little turtle. I really like the balance of the bead sizes and the color. It's very nice. And now we're going to go ahead and tie it up. And I'm going to do that the exact same way as I did with the first bracelet. Tying several knots and making sure that the knot is nice and secure. And I love the little turtle hidden amongst the browns and the greens, the turquoise. It's so cute. And then once the knot is nice and tight, I am going to separate the beads and add on my brush on glue. And then I'm going to cut my cords close to the knot. And this bracelet I'm calling Emerald Voyager. The little green turtle makes this one feel like he's beginning his journey through the sea. It's the adventurous bracelet in the stack. Now I'm going to bead the third bracelet, and it's the simplest of the three. I use mostly the brown and beige natural saucer beads, accented with 2 green aventurine beads and another cute little turtle bead. Sometimes keeping a bracelet simple allows those special focal beads to really shine. And I'm going to go ahead and continue stringing this one, just like I said, because it is a simple pattern. And then I will come back and show you what I have, and then we will put on some chaos clusters. I went ahead and finished stringing the third bracelet and went ahead and tied the knot. And the third bracelet I'm calling Ancient Guardian. The gray turtle has a weathered, almost stone-carved appearance. It feels older and wiser, like it's been protecting the shoreline for centuries. And I really love these bracelets together. They have a very cohesive but unique pattern, and I think they look great together. And now, of course, we do have to make some chaos clusters. So I'm just going to add some beads to a head pin so we can make little charms. And see, for this one, I just put on one of the little turtle beads. And I'm going to bend the wire toward me, bend that top back around the top of the round nose pliers, take my pliers out and reposition the loop to the bottom ring. I'm going to take that wire and cross it over the wire that the bead is on, straightening the bead out, and then wrap it a few times. Now, no 2 chaos clusters will be exactly the same. I don't count wraps, it's just haphazardly wrapped in no specific pattern, no specific way. And then cut the excess wire sticking out, and then you're going to take your pliers and smash that little piece down so there's nothing sharp sticking out. And I'm going to continue making some chaos clusters. And again, this is no specific pattern, no specific way. It is not neat. I don't stress out about being neat. In fact, I like it messy. So yeah, so anyway, just make some clusters and have fun doing it. Let the beads decide how they want to be. Now I made all these, and we're just going to go ahead and add them to our bracelets. And now I'm going to go ahead and take a jump ring to attach the chaos clusters to the bracelet. I'm just going to spread the beads where I want to add my jump ring, and then attach my chaos cluster. And then go ahead and close your jump ring up nice and secure. Now for this Ancient Guardian bracelet, I'm only adding 1 chaos cluster, and that is this larger seafoam glass Ghana bead. Now for the sea glass drift bracelet, I'm going to add several chaos clusters to it to give it a lot of movement and personality. See, we have another turtle, we have some of the shells, we have some of the green aventurine. And just make sure that you do close your jump rings up nice and tight. Otherwise, they will just slip right through the cord and you will lose your little chaos cluster. And one of my favorite things about this bracelet stack is the color palette. It's so earthy and weathered with soft greens, creamy neutrals, and little touches of turquoise. It reminds me of sea glass, driftwood, and treasures you might discover during a walk along the shoreline. Yes, and I love all the personality with this one. It's so fun. And for the Emerald Voyager bracelet, I'm just going to add one chaos cluster to keep it simple and to keep the eye on the cute little turtle. We have so much movement, and I love that. Okay, beaters, well, there you have it, our Seafoam Relics Bracelet Stack. And I absolutely love how this project turned out. One of my favorite details, of course, is the tiny little turtle beads hidden throughout the stack, combined with the green Aventurine, weathered shell beads, frosted glass beads, and earthy seed beads that remind me of treasures gathered during a peaceful walk along the shoreline. And you let me know which bracelet is your favorite. Sea Glass Drift, Emerald Voyager, or Ancient Guardian. I hope this project inspires you to mix your favorite artisan beads and create a bracelet stack that's uniquely your own. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, let's keep it messy, let's keep it boho, and as always, let's keep beading. I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.